Hello everyone. Today I am making the video on the chapter of food security, which is the class 9 standard chapter number 4, subject economics, CBSE board. Okay, that is the description. I have made out some points on the chapters so that you can divide it the chapter point wise and you will learn it easily. So today I will discuss the chapter very briefly, but I will tell you the points so that it will help you. Let's see the points first. Chapter name is food security and it is starting from definition. The first point will be the definition of the food security, then the dimension of the definition. Now food security means that availability, accessibility and affordability of food to all people at all times. So in this definition there are three terms, that is availability, accessibility and affordability, which is the dimensions. Availability means the total production of the country plus the food imports and the previous year's stock together will be the availability for the whole country. Now the next one, factors of food security, that is the public distribution system, the government vigilance and the action at times when the food security is threatened. These are the three factors that the food security of a nation depends on. Next is the importance of food security. Importance is all through here applicable for the BPL category people, that means below poverty people, and the APL or above poverty line people need when there is natural calamity or any emergency in the country. Now next point will be the how food security affected during a calamities. Now when there is a drought conditions, the food grain productions decreases, so there will be a shortage of food, and as there is a demand, so the price will go up, and that much at that much price the all people cannot buy food. This is the question of affordability, and if lasts this situation if lasts for long time, then there will be starvation and famine. The Bengal famine before independence in 1943 is the worst condition, where the 30 lakh people from the Bengal province died, from the undivided Bengal province died. So famine is the acute condition of the shortage of food over a prolonged period of time. The next one is who were affected. Mainly the daily wage laborers will be affected by this. Next, evolution. There are the evolution in definition of food security. The latest definition you will read from your book, which is framed in 1995, the World Food Summit. Here the latest definition you will get. Now come to the point of the two types of hunger, that is seasonal hunger and chronic hunger. Chronic hunger means throughout the year there is a shortage of food security, and seasonal hunger means when there is a dry season for the agricultural regions, that when there is harvesting time, the people are getting jobs that for by doing the agriculture in others land also, who are landless labor. But during the dry period there is no work for them, so they are facing the shortage of food security. And in urban area, in monsoon period, there is the a gap of constructional work, so that time also the laborers who are doing the constructional work, they are facing the shortage of food, that is known as seasonal hunger. And chronic hunger throughout the year. Next, it is coming the green revolution after independence in 1960s and 70s. There is a revolution in agricultural production by using chemicals, pesticides, fertilizers, all these advanced mechanism that was mainly applicable in Punjab, Haryana province, and so they are having the large almost 80% of these states are agricultural land, and they are producing huge amount of crops. So the positive effect of green revolutions we can see mainly over these regions, not all over the country, which makes food security more stronger for our nation. Now the effect of green revolution is this, that India has become self-sufficient in food grains during the last 30 years because of the variety of crops. Now the next one is food security system by the government. Here it will get two type of system, that is buffer stock and public distribution system. Public distribution system means the rationing system, and buffer stock means the stock of wheat and rice produced by the government agency. Procure mainly the produced wheat and rice is procured by the government agency FCI. Okay, here you will get some terms like MSP, the issue price. These terms are in your book, which is important in this buffer stock paragraph. Minimum support price, MSP refers to. Now it is coming to the public distribution system. The food grains are distributed through ration shops, and the ration shops are present almost in all pockets of India. They are also known as fair price shops. Now what is the changes in this rationing system, that is given in your book through a chart. Please see the chart. After the chart, there is positive effects of public distribution system, which is the most effective instrument for making food available to the consumers, number one. Number two, effective by supplying food from the surplus region to the deficient one. The third one is the minimum support price and procurement become an incentives for those farmers. Now you also have to know the criticism of the PDS or public distribution system, that is instances of hunger and prevalent shortage of food. The criticism, the instances of hunger are prevalent despite overflowing granaries. FCI godowns are overflowing with grains, with some rotting away, some being eaten by rats. Now why these granaries become so overflowing? There is also the reason, because of the excessive buffer stock. The states who are producing the surplus grains like Punjab, Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, those states are making influence on the FCI so that they could sell their surplus item, and every year the FCI is procuring the food grains, so it is becoming excessive and it is overflowing. That much buffer stock is not needed, but because of the pressure of those states, this is going on. The next one is the enhancement of MSP. The increased food production and the food grain procurement at enhanced MSP is the result of the pressure exerted by the leading food grain producing states such as Punjab, Haryana, Andhra Pradesh. Moreover, the procurement concentrated in a few prosperous regions like Punjab, Haryana, Western UP, Andhra Pradesh, and to a little extent of West Bengal, not from all over India. So this is how the MSP is increasing unethically, and it has a bad effect also. First of all, the increase in MSP has induced farmers, particularly in surplus state, to divert the production land from the whole grain to the rice and wheat. So farmers started producing rice and wheat to sell to the FCI in spite of producing the whole grain, which is the staple food for poor. The next one, for rice cultivation, the more water is needed, and due to more irrigation the soil becomes infertile, and also as a result of rising MSP, the maintenance cost of the food grains, the transportation, storage and other contributing costs also increases. So ultimately there is a price hike. The next point, that how the malpractice is going on in PDS system, and the cooperatives and the Academy in Development Science in Maharashtra. So the different type of malpractice is going on in this public distribution system. First of all, the public distribution system dealers the diverting the grain to the open market to get better margin. They are selling the poor quality commodities, irregular opening, and the PDS shop always have poor quality unsold stock. Recent problem is this: there are three category of cards, what you have seen in the chart. So who are in the APL lines gets very little margin at the ration shops. It is almost as high as open market, so they are not interested to buy from the PDS system or rationing shop. And in Delhi and in South India, you will see the many cooperatives, they are running the different shops like Mother Dairy in Delhi, Amul, another example. And in South India, all the fair price shops are running by the cooperatives, which helps in food security. And Academy in Development Science in Maharashtra plays very important role, as they are also channelizing a system like public distributions. They work with NGOs, and they also simultaneously, the government PDS system and this is the private system working with the NGOs, and they try to keep a pressure on the government so that the PDS system will run properly. The malpractice should be stopped and the PDS system run properly. So these are the points what I made. Total 21 point is there. I hope 7 points. If you divide the whole chapter into the 7, then the chapter will be easier for you. The 7 points first day, the next day is 7 to 14, and the very next day 14 to 21. You will finish the chapter and it will be easier to you. As this chapter is a little more informative, so I thought that making out points will be easier for you. It will help you to learn. Thank you.